TimeFactor time.
Well, it's time for us to do something.
Oh, it's a good day when I could say ISIS supporters want Pluto renamed to Moon of Mohammed. I'm going to start calling it that just for giggles. And also, St. Pete and its mayor apparently has a beef with me. We'll talk about that. And the country has Bernie fever. I don't know if you know this. But Bernie Sanders leads the New Hampshire poll against Hillary. We'll share the poll and why he's leading right now.
And still be good. Anyways, hope you have a wonderful weekend, especially Columbus Day. I know Columbus Day is gonna be here. So I'll be here through Wednesday. And don't forget Thursday. Don't forget Thursday's the special edition of my final closing time factor weekend video conference thoughts. This week are here to take fall break off, so we just addressed about that. Anyways, final closing time factor video conference thoughts starts right now. And Mr. West, if you don't mind, kick the theme music, shall we? Let's do it.
It's not enough to do nothing. It's time for us to do something.
Confusion, wonderment. This is the Glenn Beck program.
Time factor.
15 days away from another restoring event, restoring unity.
Like this because it's gonna be good. Let's talk about Columbus Day and what it all means about all this, because I got this from Wikipedia. It says many countries in this world and elsewhere officially celebrate a holiday that's gonna be the anniversary of Columbus. Christopher Columbus arrived in America back in October 2000, no, October 12, 1492, and it landed Columbus Day in the U.S. U.S. and many countries around the world knows about the late 18th and 18th century and 20th century. This could be good. Right. But whatever happens to Columbus Day, yes. Happy Ignatius Peoples Day. People, because Columbus Day renamed by sensitivity police around the nation. Oh, really? According to Laura Ingram's LifeZet.com, Elisa Leopold wrote this piece because this is gonna be outrageous. Now, back in 1492, Christopher Columbus should have stayed home. Really, huh? Well, at least that what those attempt to abolish Columbus Day to believe this. Well, guess what? Columbus.
Love being on stage.
Columbus deserves to be remembered as the first terrorist in the what? No. Bill Bigelow says this, a co-director for the Zen Education Project, known as ZEP. This Columbus Day could be our last if ZEP, based on the writings of this famous historian Howard Zinn and other activists, have their way in a growing trend, and many universities and cities are adopting Indigenous Peoples Day in place of the celebration of Columbus. How odd. How odd is that? Odd is that? Why don't you listen to this from CBS? Why don't you take a look at CBS, the liberal? Yeah. CBS in Minnesota about anyone's about indigenous people in celebrating the Columbus Day. We all celebrating Christopher Columbus Day as a holiday. All I got is Indigenous People Day. Oh, really, huh? This is gonna be worse. I mean, worse than ever. Just take a look and listen to this.
Columbus Day, but in Minneapolis today marked the first ever Indigenous Peoples Day. The Minneapolis City Council voted in favor of the name change last spring to remember the significance of the American Indian community and its history of activism. Today's celebration at the Minneapolis American Indian Center featured speakers, a film, and a special meal. Today is Columbus Day, but in Minneapolis today marked the first ever Indigenous Peoples Day.
Boy, you are wrong. You are darn wrong. Now, why among those rejecting the traditional holiday are in Berkeley, California, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Seattle, Washington, and others? And there are countless private celebrations of the new ordained holiday throughout the country. And the main argument is this: for this change that is celebrating of Columbus is equivalent to celebrate a genocide. It is offensive to the native American cultures around the country. Well, guess what? They argued. Imagine this. Imagine this, if you will. In 2014, Seattle has accepted city council member Sham Swat. This is what he said. The well, guess what? Learning to who about history of Columbus and transforming this day into a celebration of you wish. You see, this is the anti-Columbus indoctrination. Starts earlier. Because everybody knows this, because this is going to be worse. What if you know about Christopher Columbus? You try to turn into an anti-Columbus Day of ridiculous. Christopher Columbus sailed on the first ship and all that back in 1492. This is his historical event. And you want to argue about the shipping leading to outcried? That's right, outcried. All those Dominicans and Franciscans and Jesuits about this one because they hate about Christianity. They don't do that because you're wrong. They are not. We as Christians live in this whole world for you, and this is gonna be worse. We learn how to educate this. What are you going to learn about that? Christopher Columbus is the thing we celebrate in Columbus Day because it became a first official holiday, and others will do that too.
It's easy to buy insurance and forget about it, but the more you learn about your coverage, the more...
I don't want to hear that. So, could be... So this is why Christopher Columbus, inside the 19th century, everybody knows Catholics, and all of us Christian conservatives know that Christopher Columbus is. Knowing their history, knowing their life. Simple. That's all I can say. That's why we celebrate that's why we celebrate Columbus Day during parades and all that. Well, the moral story is And I don't get it. I don't buy it, so forget it. Anyways, oh yes, but I will say this quickly before we sign off. I'll say this quickly. I just want to say, because I did what I did for a weekend, it was a wonderful experience about potato, um, baked potato at my church and all that stuff. And Voices of Omaha, yes, yes, it's cool. Voices of Omaha has done it again with a brand new season, and Bree and Regal and myself are in it. So it's Brian and Ed Hurd. Yeah, he has a sense of humor. Now you know the rest of the story. Story about what I did for this weekend. So for last weekend. So it's gonna be cool. And when ball break comes, because I have no clue whatsoever. Trust me about that. Anyways, that's all for now. I'll be here tomorrow and Wednesday. And don't forget, Thursday, yeah, it's fall break weekend for a very special edition of my final closing time factor weekend video commentary thoughts for fall break, and I'll be free because I'll be yeah whatever it is busy, but don't worry, I'll be back on Monday where it is. But don't worry, I'll be here tomorrow, and so is Wednesday from YouTube.com. Trust me about that. Just a reminder, make sure you listen to Fox News headlines 24/7 on SiriusXM's 115. You can hear the headlines and all that stuff. So trust me about that. Just want all of you to know. Listen to Fox News headlines 24/7 on SiriusXM 115. Get it? Good. Make sure you Facebook and follow LH Music, Facebook.com and Twitter.com. You know my username, LH Music Time. So it's Time Factor website, which I'll be doing this a little bit later on. And tomorrow I had to get up at 6:30 or 7 to update this. Oh, what a relief. Oh, God, what a relief. Anyways, at lhmusictimefactor.jimdo.com. So it's Time Factor page on Facebook at facebook.com/the only LH Music Time Factor. And don't forget this weekend, Time Factor weekend begins. Yeah, that's right. All new final closing Time Factor video commentary thoughts for the weekend from Daily Motion, and so is Time Factor Radio Show. And the weekend is our mutual guest on an all new Time Factor television show, and so is Time Factor Files as well. Well, you don't have to take my word for it, where it is. Anyways, I gotta go. Have a great Columbus Day, and I'll see you tomorrow from youtube.com/LHMusic1. LH Music is about to sign up with God's blessings, and I salute you, America. Take care. Bye-bye. See ya.